Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Shanika and today I'll be guiding you through a very invigorating slow yoga practice. So this yoga practice we are going to start seated in a seated position, doing a few seated stretches to really open up the side body and the hips, and then we will move into a downward facing dog. We have about 3 downward facing dogs in this practice. If downward dog is not in your practice, you can always do them from a tabletop position and step your foot through from there. Otherwise, this practice is meant to really open you up, make you feel invigorated, and really target the hips. Other than that, you will not need any props for today's practice. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you on the mat. So starting in a seated position, you can bring your feet closer in towards your groin for this one. And of course, if sitting cross-legged is uncomfortable, you can always prop your hips up on a block to allow your hip bones to tilt forward just a little bit. And actually in this position, you're gonna want to tilt your hip bones forward just to bring a little natural curve into the low back. From here, spreading your fingertips to the right, reaching the left arm up above, inhale. And exhale, push off of the right fingertips and bring the left fingertips to the floor as the right fingertips reach up and over. Inhale. Exhale, push to the right. Exhale, push to the left. Inhale, push to the right. And exhale, push to the left. From here, taking your right fingertips, you're going to turn your right armpit, right chest to gaze towards the mat and tap your right fingertips onto the floor. Reach, 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 reach. Feel that nice stretch in the side body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, open back up. Open the armpit up towards the ceiling, inhale. And exhale, close the shape, bringing the right fingertips to the floor, reaching as far as you can with those right fingertips. Inhale, open up. Exhale, gaze to the floor and reach. 2 more, inhale, open up. Exhale, gaze to the floor and reach. Last one, inhale. And exhale. This time, as you come up, bringing your right fingertips to grab a hold of the left knee and sprinkling your left fingertips behind you. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, gently looking over the left shoulder. Holding the twist where it is, simply bring your gaze to the front and drop your ear to your shoulder. So feel a nice stretch there to the left side of the neck. Inhale, looking over the left shoulder. And exhale, look over the right shoulder and tilt the ear to the shoulder. Inhale, twist. Exhale, drop the ear. 1 more inhale. And exhale. Gently release the shape. Inhale, arms come up. We'll do this on the other side. So sprinkling the right fingertips beside you. Inhale, reach up with the left fingertips. And exhale, turn the chest towards the floor and really reach as far away as you can with those left fingertips. Inhale, open up. Exhale, gaze to the floor. Reach. 3 more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. The last one, inhale. And exhale. Gently as you come up, bringing your left fingertips to grab a hold of the right knee and sprinkle your right fingertips behind you. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, twist, gazing over your right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, bring the gaze to the front only. And then drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Inhale, twist. Exhale. Drop the ear to the shoulder. 2 more. Inhale, gazing over the right shoulder. Exhale, gaze over the left shoulder and drop the ear to the left shoulder. 1 more. Exhale. Do 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Gently release. Bring both arms up. Inhale. And exhale. Gently bring your fingertips down in front of you. Just enjoy the stretch here. Next inhale, lift the gaze. Walk your hands all the way back up. Just taking a few cat-cow in a seated position. Grabbing a hold of your knees. Inhale, pull back on your knees to shoot the chest forward. Draw the shoulders down and away from the ears. And exhale, round through the spine, chin to chest. So imagine you're trying to bring your forehead to touch your navel. With your breath, inhale. And exhale. Two more. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Find a neutral spine, and let's just rotate. We'll do the other side, so switching directions. Coming back up through center, bringing the soles of the feet to touch, grabbing a hold of your ankles, and then again just moving the fleshy parts of your sit bones from underneath you, making sure that you're nice and grounded. Taking your right hand and grabbing a hold of your left ankle. You're going to lean to the right, take your left hand, push it down to the top inside of that thigh, and push as you look up. Feel a nice stretch. Next inhale, gently rise. Very gentle. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So left hand grabs a hold of the right ankle, and you're going to lean to the left as you take your right hand and gently push down to the top inside of that right thigh. Next inhale, gently rise all the way back, release the grip, close the knees, rock forward, and find yourself in a tabletop position. So tabletop position, setting ourselves up for downward facing dog. Shoulders are in line with your wrists, your knees are in line with your hips, tuck your toes under, hover the knees, and then send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. So you might need to walk your feet back, pedal it out left and right. Let the head be heavy. Bringing your feet about hips width distance apart. Really trying to draw the heels towards the floor. And as you do so, trying to pick up all 10 toes. And in doing so, you'll notice activation in the front of the shin, a nice stretch in the hamstring. And as I mentioned at the beginning of class, if downward dog is not accessible for you, maybe you're dealing with an injury, you can always come to a tabletop position and just shimmy out through the hips until we step through. From downward facing dog, bringing the big toes to touch. Inhale that right leg to lift, bend the knee, squeeze your heel in towards your bum first. Feel that activation. Keep that activation as you open up your knee towards the ceiling. For 3, 2, 1. Rise up high onto your left tippy toes. Really engage that left kneecap. Draw that right knee in towards the chest and step the foot through in between the palms. Left knee comes to the floor. And before we come up, think about, instead of sinking, thinking about activating. So actively pull your right heel towards your left kneecap. Inhale all the way up. Inhale. Exhale as you begin to sprinkle your hands down on either side of that right foot. Lift the right heel and send the hips back. So keeping a slight bend in the right knee and trying to point the toes towards the sky. I like to find a bit of sway here. Inhale. Exhale, rock forward, plant the toes, pick up the left knee. Inhale the arms up. So notice if you're flaring the rib cage and sticking out the belly, draw the navel in and draw the rib cage in. Nice strong left leg. Inhale. And exhale. As you windmill the hands down to frame your right foot, you're straightening the right leg to find pyramid pose. So you might need to scoot your left foot in just a little bit. And then draw the right toes up towards the sky as you dig your heel in towards the floor. Trying to find length here. So much strength in that back heel. Inhale here. Exhale, plant the right toes onto the floor. Come up high onto your left tippy toes. Plant your palms. Pick your right foot up. Send it up and back. Inhale, three-legged downward dog. And exhale. Bring your right foot down to meet the left. Pedal it out. Bringing the big toes to touch. Inhale the left leg to lift, bend the knee, squeeze the heel in towards the bum first. Find that activation. Then open up the knee towards the sky. So you're trying to imagine you're kicking your left, you're trying to imagine you're kicking yourself in the bum. So squeeze, 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 and open up the knee. Nice strong right leg for 3, 2. Inhale, rise up high into your right tippy toes. Bend the left knee in towards the chest and step the foot through. Right knee comes to the floor. Again, before we come up, find that activation. Inhale. Find your base. Inhale to grow tall. And exhale as you windmill your hands on either side of that left leg. Send your hips back, straighten your left leg, digging your heel into the floor. Inhale. Exhale, rock forward, plant the left toes, pick up the right knee, inhale the arms up. So just notice if you're hanging out in that back right leg, find strength. Navel draws in. Inhale. Exhale as you straighten that left leg, windmill your hands on either side of the left leg for pyramid pose. So you might need to scoot your right foot in and then dig your left heel into the floor and draw the left toes towards the sky. So much strength in that back right heel. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, plant the left toes, rock up onto your right tippy toes, plant your palms, and send your left leg up and back. Three-legged downward dog, inhale. And exhale. Bring your left toes down to meet the right and pedal it out. Bring the big toes to touch again. Inhale your right leg to lift. You're going to bend the right knee, come up high onto your left tippy toes, and bring your right knee behind your right tricep. From here, you're going to bring your foot behind your left wrist and set your shin down. So your right knee comes down behind the right wrist. Scooch that left leg back, keeping your left toes tucked under. So you want a nice long line from your knee to your big toe, and you're pushing your shin and your toes into the floor. From here, square off your hips to the top of the mat. So draw your right hip back, left hip forward. Tent your fingertips. Inhale, tuck your tailbone under, puff up through the back. 3, 2, 1, bring the knee to the floor. Keep the toes tucked under. You can bring your fingertips by your side, still squaring off through the hips, or hands to your hips, or reach up. 3, 2, inhale, and exhale. Bring your hands down, bring your forearms to the floor. So keeping your toes they're still tucked under. As if we are in a Sphinx position, draw your elbows back towards your hips. And as you do so, you notice you feel a little bit more intensity here. So things might be coming up. It is intense, stick with it, we're almost there. And from here, you can untuck the toes, relax the hips, and just notice if you're able to go a little bit deeper in your pigeon pose. 5 deep breaths. Take a nice big inhale and sigh it out. Back up onto your palms. Walk your hands back in. Tuck those left toes under again. You might need to scooch that knee in a little bit. Push forward, pick up your shin, and step back. Downward facing dog. Pedal it out. We'll go ahead and do the other side. Big toes come to touch. Inhale the left leg to lift, bend the knee. Rise up high onto your right tippy toes, nice and strong, and bring that left knee behind the left tricep. From here, turn your shin on a diagonal and bring your left foot down behind the right. Bring your shin and your knee to the floor. And then scooch that right leg back, making sure your toes are still tucked. Tent your fingertips. Draw your left hip back, right hip forward. Push through your fingertips as you puff up through the back of the spine. Inhale. Inhale here. And exhale. Bring the right knee to the floor, but your toes are still tucked under, still squaring off through those hips. So if you lost it, you're drawing your right hip forward, left hip back. You can sprinkle your fingertips beside you, bring your hands to your waist, or reach your arms up. Pushing down through your left shin, left toes. Inhale and exhale. Bring your forearms to the floor. Keep the toes tucked under and then pull your elbows back towards your hips. So it might increase the intensity of the pigeon. A few breaths here. And gently untuck the toes. Relax into the shape. Bring your elbows a little bit wider. Taking 5 deep breaths here. Nice big inhale. And a clearing exhale. Push into the palms. Tuck the right toes under. Pick up the left shin and step back. Downward facing dog. From here, tippy-toeing yourself all the way up to the top of the mat. Turning your feet out. Generous bend in the knees. Let the belly relax on the thighs. And let the head go. Bounce, sway from side to side. And from here, we'll make our way down into a squat. Knees come out wide. Maybe you sway from side to side here. And maybe you find some stillness. 3 breaths. And very gently, if you can, bring your seat to the floor or bring your hands behind you. Bring your seat to the mat. Extend your legs out in front of you and just roll all the way down onto your back. Draw the knees in towards your chest. Gently rock here from side to side. Take a brief twist. Cactusing or bringing your arms out into a T. Let's drop both knees to the right, gaze to the left. Turn the knees back in towards the chest and over to the other side. Turn the knees back in towards the chest. We'll take double wind relieving pose. So drawing the knees in nice and tight towards the chest. You can lift your head, neck, and shoulders, wrap your arms around your knees or grab onto your feet. We'll squeeze here nice and tight for 3, for 2, last one, inhale, squeeze, 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 and on the exhale, release. So extend your legs out wide, arms out wide for your resting pose. Slowly beginning to invite little flickers of movement back into the body. Wiggling the fingers, the toes, rotating the ankles, the wrists. Maybe draw the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Gentle rock from side to side. And then gently bringing the soles of the feet back to the floor and rolling onto your side, cradling the head and the upper arm here for a moment. And very gently pushing into your hand to bring yourself all the way up, keeping the eyes closed or keeping the gaze soft. Bringing your hands to prayer. Just humbly bow the chin in towards the chest. And just showing yourself a moment of thanks, a moment of gratitude for showing up to practice today. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. I hope you're feeling invigorated. I hope your hips are feeling open and that you will join me again for another practice. If you enjoyed today's, please leave me a comment. Let me know how it went. And I will see you back here again soon for another practice.